saw billions of possible futures, billions of deaths. Maybe this is the reason I was given powers. To save everyone.
We've got to stop you from vanishing.
We've changed the future before we can change it again. The Barry I know would never stop running. He would find another way to fight. So what do we do first?
Welcome to a world where anything can and probably will happen.
All of our lives are going to be on the line.
Welcome to Earth 1. My name is Cisco Ramon.
Oh, great. Another angry one.
You want to tell me why the hell you were time traveling to begin with?
I needed to see this crisis for myself.
Soon he will answer the call.
I don't understand you, Barry. You march towards death without fear. Where is it you get your strength?
People I love.
Where's Barry?
Suit's finished.
Your emblem, our badges, they're symbols of the strength that we're charged with. When we hear the call of duty, we're willing to make that sacrifice.
Oh my God.
We just ran out of time.
I can't stop what's coming. I have to prepare the team for this crisis. Maybe even a world without the Flash.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the Flash Season 6 trailer that just dropped this afternoon. I thought this was going to be the final trailer that we actually got, but it turns out that we got a brand new one. It's actually a minute long, which is way longer than the other ones we've gotten thus far. I do think that this one is actually going to be the final trailer because the season starts Tuesday and it's Thursday, so I think this is going to be the final trailer, but that doesn't mean that we aren't going to review it, so let's jump right into it. Also, just a quick reminder before the video starts that some of the scenes that you see in this trailer are from multiple episodes. They're not just from episode 1. I know there are some parts where I say, yeah, this is from episode 1 or this is from episode 2, but there's everything from different episodes, and I, for whatever reason, forgot that that was a thing, so I'll try to correct myself with voiceovers or text-overs or whatever. But I just wanted to remind you guys that, yeah, I'm wrong half the time. So, yeah, hope you guys still enjoy the video, and let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we see jumping in is, I believe is Barry strapped to the table, or maybe he isn't strapped to the table. I can't really see it, to be quite honest. We see him on the table, and then you have Nora with him. So I'm guessing this is, once again, an Earth 3 scene from episode 2, because I heard that Garrick is a big part of episode 2, is what it said in the synopsis. So, yeah, we get to see Nora greet Barry when he wakes up, I presume, or I don't know how this is going to work out. Maybe they, like, knock him out or something, and, like, boom, he wakes up, let's see this crap. Or maybe he, sees all the outcomes and stuff, and then, like, he just, like, passes out. Who knows? So then we see, once again, the screaming and all the running and stuff, but it's actually in flashback form, so I'm really curious to see if maybe Barry's watching this through, like, the helmet he's connected to on Earth 3. I wonder if this is, like, one of the possibilities that he sees, and now, I mean, we've seen this the past 3 trailers, so I wonder if we're, like, this is what's actually gonna happen in the episode, like, officially, not just one of the outcomes he sees, or if it's just the outcome that he sees and this actually doesn't happen in the real world. During the show. Then we see Frost and Barry, which, hi, their costumes side by side look fantastic. Their costumes themselves, their brand new costumes themselves, are very, very awesome. But together, they're very aesthetical and very awesome to look at. I really love both their costumes, especially when they stand next to each other. I'm also curious to see why Frost and Barry are walking through what it seems to be a completely demolished hospital. So I wonder if, like, maybe a metahuman is, like, in the hospital and maybe he, like, destroys the place. And then we see Caitlin, obviously, like, grabbing for something. Like, it looks like she's, like, being pulled away and, like, deserves better. Hi, I'm still salty with the scene. She deserves better than this. Thank you. Alright, then we see Barry laying on the couch. He's obviously really upset because, you know, he just got told he's, like, gonna die or disappear in crisis, quote unquote. Yeah, he looks like he's in the dump for sure, which, once again, can't blame him. He's, like, gonna die. But I'm curious to see you kind of see bits and pieces maybe throughout the trailers of his response to like disappearing and stuff. But I'm curious to see like everybody's reaction and like really how he acts leading up to Crisis and how everybody else acts as well. I feel like that'll be really interesting to see. Then once again you see, the Flash missing, vanishes, in Crisis headline from season 1, because it still has 2024 on it, and it has the old vibe glasses and all Barry, Cisco, and Caitlin in the vault. So I'm assuming we are gonna see some sort of flashback with this, but I don't know for sure. But I'm really interested to once again see their updated reactions to the Barry vanishing in Crisis, and them potentially never seeing him again. And then really quickly you see more of a lengthy quick little flash through Nora and Barry seeing each other, or 3 Nora, I am assuming, and then Barry, and it's longer than it was before, but it's still awesome to see Michelle back. She's such a brilliant actress, and I can't wait to see what she has in store for us in the episode she's in. And then you see him, I don't know who he's talking to in this scene, but he's once again upset. So obviously a lot of people are taking this very hard. Maybe he's talking to someone else and he's telling them that he's fixing to vanish, and like obviously this is taking a huge toll on Team Flash because nobody wants to lose Barry, and Barry really doesn't want to lose himself. So yeah, once again, I'm super excited to see like everybody's reaction and how it like carries on through the first half of the season up until Crisis. And yeah, and then you see Barry and his good old sister wife Iris in the time vault talking about what to do. And I'm assuming that she's just like, nah, we're just gonna see what we can do to save the world, because in this beautiful TV show we have here, we change the timeline, we mess up the timeline, and like nobody, everybody's just like, let's just screw up the timeline. By we, I mean Barry and Iris. They are not afraid to screw everything up. Like with Savitar, they were like, you know what? Everybody can die as long as we save Iris. Like, HR, dead, don't care. As long as Iris didn't die. But, yeah. So that's just them talking. I'm just assuming this is like right after Barry shows her the newspaper or something like that. And then we move on a few scenes, and we actually see the computer screen say transonic demolecularizer. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Demolecularizer. I think that's right. Transonic demolecularizer located. I don't know what that means, to be honest, but it sounds interesting. So maybe it has something to do with them defeating the Meta in the first episode. But yeah, it looks really cool. I'm really interested to see what that's about. And then we see Barry, Cisco, and Caitlin like operating on Ralph. So maybe something bad happens to Ralph. They're trying to save him, or like so yeah. It's probably Caitlin's like operating on him, trying to save him. But also, can we take a moment to appreciate that Caitlin is in the Killer Frost suit? She looks so awesome. I love the suit so much. It's the best suit I think that's ever been made for the Flash TV show. The new Flash suit being right under it. But I think Killer Frost is by far the best suit we've ever had on the Flash, in my opinion. And then we see Ralph as elongated man at some sort of like press conference. So I'm assuming like, I don't know, in result to the Meta, he like maybe he wants to make a speech in front of everybody at CCPD, because Joe's standing right beside him. So obviously this is something important, or something of importance for sure. So I'm curious to see what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about the Meta, or I really don't know what he's doing, but I'm looking forward to seeing what this is about and why he's like doing a press conference type thing. So, but it looks really interesting, so I'm really looking forward to it. So then we basically see the shot with the new Wells and like Cisco and Iris and all that, but you see a little bit more. You see him like getting his grappler out or whatever it is, and like this Wells looks really cool. I can't wait to see kind of what he does, how he ties in, and how he acts, because every Wells thus far has had its own, like, they've all had their own distinct personality trait and how they've acted and stuff. Like, E.O. Wells was different from Harry, and Harry was different from HR, and HR was different from Sherlock, and so on. So I'm really excited to see what kind of twist Tom Cavanaugh puts on this character this season. And then we see like this kind of like red tunnel-y type thing that they're looking at on the TV. I really don't know what that is. Maybe it's the Speed Force. Maybe it's the Weather Channel. I don't really know. I'd have to have a better look at it to see. But still, it looks kind of cool, and I'm curious to see what it's all about because I don't know what it's all about. So like, yeah, I hope it's something cool. So then we skip to Jay Garrick saying, "Can you tell me why you were time traveling in the first place?" So maybe Barry time travels to the future and sees, like, I don't know, he says he wanted to see the crisis for himself, so maybe he travels to the future to see what happens, which is not a good idea. Like, how many times do we have to go through this? We're on our 6th season, Barry Allen. Everybody tells you not to time travel. You do it all the time anyway. Learn your lesson. You're like 30. And you have Jay Garrick having to tell you not to time travel every other day. Like, chill out. What happens, happens. Or just at least try to work around it without screwing everything else up. Like, I don't want you to die, but, like, come on. You can't just, like, screw everything up. Good Lord. Alright, then we get another shot of Barry zooming into the hospital. So once again, this is, like, maybe them trying to catch somebody that destroyed the hospital. Like, this goes off of what Frost and Barry were doing in the hospital earlier. So maybe he can I stop saying good gracious? Anyway, this is probably him like trying to find the Meta. Maybe the Meta like is still in the hospital and maybe he is like trying to like catch him or something. But I don't know. Let's see what it's about when it actually airs, because obviously I'm not good at guessing at anything today. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. And then we get our first look at the Monitor and the Time Vault. I'm presumably waiting for Barry to come and talk to him at the end of episode 1. I wonder if he learns about Crisis before this and then or maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm assuming that everything Crisis related really happens in episode 2. Like, I feel like the Monitor comes in episode 1, tells Barry that he's basically going to disappear, the crisis is happening soon, then he goes to Jay Garrick and all of that unrolls. But before that, I probably would guess that they do see the newspaper and they're kind of stressed out about it, but I really don't think it's going to be as huge and major of a thing as it will be from episode 2 to when Crisis actually starts. But it's still, it's really cool to see the Monitor back. He was a cool character when they introduced him last year, and I look forward to seeing him some more this season and on other shows as well. We see Barry sitting on the windowsill. Maybe it's of his house, or maybe it's somewhere else. I don't really know. It looks like he's sitting on like the windowsill of his apartment, and it appears that he's talking to Frost. I don't know what about. It's probably about Crisis. She's probably like talking to him about that. You know, maybe they're conversing about what they should do and all of that. And well, Frost is always maybe she's here to like make him feel less down, because we all know that in season 4 Frost gave Ralph a little pep talk about not being worthy of a hero or whatever. So maybe she gives one of her pep talks like she did in season 4. She's actually surprisingly really good at pep talks, so I'm really interested to see kind of what she says to Barry, because, you know, Killer Frost is very unpredictable. Sometimes she can be nice, sometimes she can be really rude, which we love, and sometimes she can be in between. So it's curious to see what she's going to say to him when the scene is revealed on Tuesday. And then, shocking enough, we actually see Norvok. He's back again, which they use him more than they use Amunet, and I'm a little bitter about that because I actually really enjoyed Amunet's character, and I was hoping that they bring her back. But I actually think Norvok's character is also really cool, so I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of his role is in this episode, or maybe it's episode 2. And then we jump to a scene that actually contains Breacher, which this is actually from episode 5, titled Kiss Kiss Breach Breach, I believe. So maybe he comes back to tell Cisco like Gypsy has died, which I really hope isn't the case, because I also like Gypsy's character. In fact, I shipped her and Cisco wholeheartedly. So when they broke up, I was super upset about it, and I was like, I was like, this is not it at all. But since when do we Cisco fans ever get what we want? I mean, they did strip him of his powers unrightfully, season 1 through 4. Beautiful development on his powers behalf. Like, he wanted his powers, he was getting stronger, everything was fine and dandy. And then we go into season 5, and it's like we all got hit by a semi-truck because all of a sudden Cisco Ramon no longer wants his powers, which is bull crap. He has loved his powers since after he finally got through this phase of being evil because of Zoom and his Earth 2 doppelganger. But like, he finally got over that, and he was loving his powers and everything they stood for, and all of a sudden they just like ripped his development away and like told him, like, wrote his character to like say that I don't really want my powers anymore, I just want to be Cisco, which is still bullcrap. Hi. That I did not appreciate, and I'm still bitter about it, and I'll forever be bitter about it. But anyway, we see Breacher, and he's like sitting on the end of Cisco's bed. Camilla's there. It's probably really awkward for Camilla having a man in her house, like in Cisco's house. So she just wakes up and it's like, who are you and why are you here? And she's probably weirded out about it, but I love seeing Danny Trejo come back. He is such a cool character. So I'm wondering if he is once again coming back because Gypsy died. I'm still hoping that is not the case at all. I love Gypsy, like I said. Or maybe he's like really upset that Cisco's not with Gypsy anymore and that he got rid of his powers. Maybe Breacher's like, I can't believe you got rid of the powers. I really hope that Breacher knocks some sense into him and tells him how much a mistake getting rid of his powers was, because it was a mistake and I'm forever bitter about it. So I'm really interested to see this scene, and I'm like hoping that Breacher really does knock some sense into Cisco, because Cisco needs to realize that his powers were extremely important. And then we get a look at Ramsey. It's a really good shot of him, actually. He's in Star Labs talking to Barry about how he gets his courage and all that. So I guess he starts off in Star Labs right away. Maybe him and Caitlin meet in episode 1 through whatever reason they meet through, and like maybe she's just like, screw it, come on to Team Flash, bro. First episode, no background check. Mistake number 1. We always do background checks, even if we are friends with them in the past. Like, your dad was cool back in the day, but guess what? He was a whack job now. So I don't know, like, background check. Hi. A thorough background check. Like, the number 1 rule for joining Star Labs should be background check. Like, all of these people are sketch. Like, we let Jay Garrick, like, not the fake Jay Garrick, we let him walk on in here and be like, yo, I'm from Earth 2, I'm not a threat at all, let's stop Zoom, even though he ended up being Zoom, and nobody batted an eye when he just, like, walked up in there. Everybody, like, thought he was sketchy at first, but then they, like, let him slide, and I'm just like, no, we don't let people slide. That's not it. You cannot let people slide in this TV show, because everybody's, like, low-key crazy. Background check, please. Next time. Come on. Then we cut to the shot of Barry and Ralph being strapped to chairs, so maybe they get kidnapped. I don't know how that would work, but I don't know. Maybe they get kidnapped by some whack job, because everybody's a whack job in Central City, I swear. I don't know who they get kidnapped by. I don't know how Barry would get kidnapped. I mean, he's got super speed, like, who's kidnapping you? But I don't know. I'm curious to see how this is gonna work out. I'm tired of hearing myself say I'm curious to see. Like, I am, but like, let's not say it anymore. Alright, let's move on to the next scene. Then we jump a few scenes and we see Frost training with some like dummy with a Star Labs t-shirt on. She is not playing. She is out for this, bro. She is freaking scratching this thing the heck up. I wish that they would actually stop nerfing her, because we all know they knock her out every time. They know dang well she could be like slaying the game. She could have defeated Cicada after 1 episode. I swear she could have, but we have to drag it out. No, let's not do that anymore. We all know that Frost is very capable of pretty much matching every villain she faces, but we have to nerf her to the point where she is not. So how about we not do that this season? I'm really hoping that they let her reach her full potential and be the awesome person that she is. Like, please, I'd appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else would too. Like, good gracious. And then it ends off officially with him saying maybe the team, I need to prepare the team for this crisis, and maybe even without the Flash. So my man is ready. Like, he is prepared to die. Like, he is like, might be dying here. So like, wow, I didn't actually expect him to be that prepared. He was like straight up, bro. He was like, maybe even a world without the Flash. Like, dang, he was blunt with that. But hopefully, you're going to be saved. I know you're going to be saved. We have, like, the back half of Season 7. You'll be fine. You don't know that, but everybody else knows that. But I'm still really looking forward to the Crisis setup, and then Crisis, and then post-Crisis. Like, this is going to be... I feel like this is definitely going to be a really good season. I really don't want to get my hopes up too high, because I have previously, and I was very let down. You know, beginning of Season 5, it was kind of looking pretty promising, so I was like, all right, I'm hyped for this. But then I was just, like, let down. So I was like, yikes. So I'm not going to get my hopes up too high, but I am kind of excited to see what we're seeing this season, because it actually does look good. Hopefully, when I watch the first episode, it'll be good, and when I continue to watch the rest of the season, it will be great. But, yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and you want to see more content like this, because I am slowly but surely getting better at YouTube, maybe. I don't know. That's up to you, not me, but I thought I was doing better. Who knows? But yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!